Today I'm here with really one of the rising stars in the music in general, an excellent singer and someone who's been on the scene for many years. You were born in '71, Gregory Porter. Now, Gregory, it's such a pleasure and an honor to sit down with you here at Litchfield, 2013. You have been working hard at your craft for many years. What do you think it is that brought you to the public attention so late in your career?
Yeah, well, I had been working at it, small scale in a way. I hadn't made my way to an independent label or a major label that was really making any advances in terms of getting into the market. And so once I did that at Motema, when Water came out in 2010, I got some attention.
Excellent.
And the same thing with the following record with Motema, with Be Good, and now in September I'm releasing a record with Blue Note Records.
Wow.
That'll be out in September, so I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
What it is, I think, probably at the time that I decided that I would really go for it is when I decided I can only be me.
Yeah.
And that would be the best thing for me to do, and the best way to approach my career is to not fear rejection, ridicule, dissatisfaction. Just
be you.
Just be me. Play the songs that I like, that I've written, or the standards that I love, and be satisfied with that. And
That's beautiful, man. You know, and one of the things that I've noticed about your performances, you know, I've linked it up with you a few times over this summer because you were up in Montreal and I was there. I didn't get to catch the show, but I saw a film of it after. But I saw you in Newport, and I now about to see you over here. And one of the things that's so great about you is that you have a very positive energy that you bring to the stage, and when you come, you electrify the crowd because you're so enthusiastic and you're so Gregory Porter. It's like you're like the next Marvin Gaye, man. You know, and that's something else, man.
Yeah, right. You know, even a long time ago, I would always get like cringe when people would throw those great names around. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. And there's some elements of my performance and my my person that emulates some of the great artists. But it's sometimes without knowing, you come from the same cloth.
Yeah,
you know, Marvin Gaye grew up with church experience, like myself.
Yeah.
So in that way, myself, maybe Donny Hathaway, maybe Lou Rawls, even Nat King Cole, the kids of preachers, you know.
You're a son of a preacher?
Yeah.
My mother's a minister.
My mother's a minister.
So there you go, man. That's the connection there.
Yeah. And so, you know, there's something that happens in learning your craft that way.
Sure.
I mean, I appreciate that. But definitely positive energy is something that I try to bring and try to think about when I'm writing lyrics as well.
Yeah. Well, that's another thing that you really excel at. You're writing very original lyrics that are true to who you are as a person. And what I also appreciate is that you went ahead and you got musicians who are amazing musicians on the scene, who I know very well and dear to me. I know Aaron very well. I used to hang out with him at St. Nick's Pub. And I know Yosuke very well. We played in the park many times, Washington Square Park. You got cats who might not otherwise have gotten a chance to get out there and be out on the scene, and for that I really appreciate it.
Yeah, well, we were playing together. I mean, I was I was them. I was a cat who might not have got a chance.
Yeah, exactly.
And when somebody heard me and said, okay, we're going to give you a chance,
Yeah.
I said, well, let me take and let me play with the musicians who have been with me.
Sure.
And who played my songs, who helped me cultivate my songs.
Yeah.
And so, and they're my friends. And so, you know, it was easy. It was an easy call for me. And I thought there might be some difficulty, you know, in bringing that idea to the record company. And no, it wasn't. It wasn't. And quite frankly, at Blue Note Records, they were like, just continue to be you.
Yeah.
And so they didn't say change. You know, we got this trio for you to play with.
That's
they
great,
said
man.
continue to be you. And
well, you know, Gregory, what's so exciting about you on the scene is that jazz has needed a popular figure, a pop icon, because jazz has not had that for many, many years. And you are one of the first guys that are crossing over and reaching out to people who might normally not get interested in this music. And through doing that, that's extremely important. And we hope you keep doing it, man.
yeah, well, you know, it's an organic thing. It's not a calculated thing. And I think that what is, in a way, is what can be appealing. Is I'm not trying to
do anything.
reach over and excite some current ear. I'm just trying to be me and play the music that, you know, emits from
you.
From me. And the thing is like, you know, there's a bunch of conversation. There's like, okay, we need to increase the numbers of people who like jazz. We need to increase the number who like vocal jazz. We need to increase the number of maybe urban or black people who like jazz, or you know. So there's all these things that you could calculate in your head. But I love jazz. I love vocal jazz. I'm a black man.
Yeah.
And I love all different people and cultures and different types of music. So if I infuse those things into my music, then guess what it is? It's just a reflection of myself.
Yeah.
And I think what people may be excited about is that they see a reflection of themselves in something that I'm doing.
Exactly. You know.
And I think that's what music and art is supposed to be, a reflection of.
There's a cat, young, not a young cat, but a cat on the scene, Steve Sonny Williams. I don't know if you heard of him.
Yeah.
You know, he admires you so much, and he wants to be like you. He wants to be doing that, but he wants to do his thing.
Yeah.
And I think that's great because you're inspiring cats, you know, to do that and get in that direction. So thank you for that. On a note of influences and such, I want to talk a little bit about how you developed you. You're the son of a preacher, but who are the people you listened to coming up, and how did you develop your style?
Well, in Bakersfield, I grew up singing gospel, country gospel blues.
That's beautiful music.
You know, as I sit in this kind of barn setting, it reminds me of Bakersfield. It's a very southern feel. It's in California, but it's a transplant from Arkansas, Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana. That's the people who lived there when I was a child. And so in church, I was getting, you know, this old style country gospel blues.
Sure.
That was from the South. And so I heard many singers who nobody knows, nobody ever heard of, but they had these iconic voices that sounded like Leadbelly, that sounded like Ray Charles.
Yeah.
Pastor Richardson sounded like Sam Cooke, you know. And so that you know, those influences, as well as Nat King Cole, Donny Hathaway, Lou Rawls, you know, the Spinners, you know, that's what I was getting. And so you take that, and when you find your voice, those influences and that youthful training goes through a synthesis, and then it becomes you. It becomes you. What I would say is that you know, for somebody who thinks of influence, at one point, I used to dismiss and boo-hoo my childhood influences of gospel. But now, in a way, in a spiritual way and in a musical way, very much so, I go there when I get to a place where I can go there.
Yeah, yeah.
So, you know, Amazing Grace shall always be my song of praise, for it was grace that brought my liberty. I do not know just how he came to love me so. He looked beyond all my faults and saw my needs. You know,
Beautiful.
so yeah, it's a song I sang when I was this big. You know.
Sure.
And my mother used to tell me when I was 5, 6, she said, "Sing with an understanding."
Yeah.
And I think if I keep doing that, if I keep trying to sing with an understanding, not just gospel music, not just jazz, whatever I do, try to sing it with an understanding, internalize it, then hopefully I'll have a lengthy career. I hope so. I don't know,
That's
we'll
beautiful, man. You know, and I really want to connect in on that both of our mothers were preachers, because my mother as a child sung to me all the songs. You know, she used to sing, you know, Buy On Bonnie Banks.
Yeah.
And she would sing to me like the Hobo's Lullaby, and she would sing some of those Irish things.
Yeah,
and all those things incorporate into my bass playing.
That's soul
The same
music.
type of
That's
thing.
soul music.
Yeah.
It's soul
Yeah.
music.
Yeah.
From whatever culture, it's soul music. So there
Yeah,
you go.
Yeah.
There
Well,
you go.
Gregory, we really look forward to seeing you tonight here at Litchfield. Could you say a little something about Litchfield for people who are watching, your connection with Litchfield?
Yep. Well, I have been wanting to come to this festival for several years now, and I'm glad I'm here. And I'll make the most of my opportunity. This is a beautiful setting
Sure.
of, you know, rural, urban, you know. I can smell corn being roasted, you know, just outside this door. I'm excited about being here. There's a great energy, you know, as you walk around the fairgrounds,
Sure.
and that's what festivals are. You create a little temporary musical village, and try to get to know as many people as you can in a few hours' time, and that's what it's all about. So it's you know, jazz festivals are culture building, community building events, and so I'm glad to be here and glad to be part of it.
That's Brett Premack self-proclaimed me the jazz festival guy. Yeah, because I've been to the festivals this whole summer. And,
you've been at more festivals than me this year.
Well, you know, Gregory, you know, you're following in the footsteps of many greats who've sung here. I saw Eartha Kitt sing here before she passed.
Wow.
I saw Ray Charles over here.
Wow.
You know, I've seen some amazing singers, and you are an amazing singer. And Litchfield is very proud and honored to have you. And thank you so much for doing your thing.